Hello and welcome to UFL from the Sidelines, where we talk all things United Football League. Today I'll be talking about the new uniforms that all 8 UFL teams got and how I would fix them. As a uniform fanatic, I was really excited to see the new UFL uniforms this season. Some really impressed me, and some left a lot to be desired. So I decided to make my own version of a uniform for each team. The one thing I kept for each team was I tried to keep the helmets the same, other than adding a stripe here and there. I gave every team a home and away uniform, at least one alternate, and a rivalry style uniform, taking from what the NFL has this season. First up, we have the Birmingham Stallions. For their home uniforms, I decided to go with all red. The gold uniforms don't work as a home uniform in my opinion, so I made this more like what they used to have, but with red pants and a red helmet. The away uniform is basically the same as it's been before and the same as it is right now. It's pretty good, and I didn't think there was anything I needed to change. Like I said earlier, the all gold uniforms don't really work as a home uniform, but I kind of like them as an alternate. So that's what I've done here, along with a gold helmet. The throwback uniform is basically just a copy of what they've had the last 4 years. I figured don't mess with perfection. It's one of the most classic looks in football, and I figure it should have some representation. For the Rivalries uniform, yes, it's basically a copy of the 49ers Rivalries uniform, but they have the same color scheme, so I figure it might work. Plus, it kind of resembles the Birmingham Iron, as well as fitting the fact that the Stallions have quite a few night home games this season. When it comes to Columbus's home and away uniforms, I didn't change all that much. In fact, I think the one thing I did change for either one of those two is I added light blue pants to the home uniforms to match the helmet and more balance out the uniform. The home alternate is basically an inverse of the home uniform, which makes it easy to mix and match the components. When it comes to the throwback, yes, this is their first season, but I figured there was something really cool you could do as a pseudo throwback with this color scheme, and that's what I've done here. At first, it kind of looked like the Oilers, but I was able to change it a bit to make it more fit their color scheme. When it comes to the Rivalries uniform, I really wanted to capture the spirit of Columbus. As such, I've added some design elements from Ohio State, but kept it in the style of the aviators that I've established on the other uniforms. When it comes to Dallas, I really liked the black elements of the helmet, so I decided to keep that going for the home pants, but I decided the blue jersey was too perfect to mess with. With the away, it's basically what they have now, but in the style I've established for the Renegades. The home alternate is basically the inverse of the home uniform, and also, incidentally, kind of doubles as a throwback to the 2020 version of the Renegades. The Rivalries uniform is basically the Renegades but with Cowboys colors, and to me, it kind of resembles the Patriots Rivalries uniform. I also added a unique logo. With DC, their uniforms are basically what they've had for the last few years. For the home uniforms, I've added white pants because the white-red-red feels very unbalanced in my opinion. With the away uniforms, I've gone with red-white-red, as the red helmet balances out the red pants. Otherwise, it's very cookie cutter, but I think it looks good. DC is also the only team that doesn't have an alternate other than their Rivalries uniforms. You don't really need one when you only have 2 colors after all. For the Rivalries uniform, I leaned into the camo/marble texture they've used, and I think it looks really good. It's a shame they aren't using it this year on their helmets. For Houston, I've basically just made minor tweaks to the current version of their home uniforms. I made the stripes all standardized, as well as made the numbers stand out a bit more than black numbers on a black jersey. For the away uniforms, just ditto. I basically just made everything a bit cleaner. The throwback uniform I think was a nice touch. It's a recreation from their uniforms from the 80s and 2022 and 2023, and contains the better helmet logo. You know I'm right. Their Rivalries uniform might be the least favorite of all the uniforms in this video I've designed, at least for me. I was trying to go for a black versus red thing, as they are the Gamblers after all, but I don't think it worked out that well. Louisville is probably the closest design to their actual uniforms I have here. Aside from altering the stripes, there wasn't a whole lot I felt needed to be changed. And the away uniform is basically the same as the home uniform, but in white. For the home alternate, I've gone with the home uniforms but in lime green rather than dark green, and it kind of reminds me of the Seahawks green uniforms. For their away alternate, I really liked how they have gray uniforms as their away ones, so I decided to do that here. For their rivalries uniform, I don't really know how to describe what I've done here, but I really like it. The chrome helmet is a really nice touch in my opinion. For Orlando, for the home uniform, I kept the black elements of the helmet and pants, but added an orange jersey, as the color scheme is too good to be locked behind an all-black uniform. I also added stripes to the helmet and pants. The away uniforms are more similar to their current away uniforms with minimal design changes, other than making the numbers orange and keeping that helmet stripe. For Orlando's alternates, I've done two Color Rush uniforms, one of which is orange and one of which is purple, which is great to mix and match the uniform elements. And the Rivalries uniform is very similar to their current home uniform, but with a bit more of the color scheme involved. And finally, we have St. Louis. The home uniforms are similar to their current ones, but with silver pants. Much like with DC's white, red, red, silver, blue, blue felt way too unbalanced. I also added the alternate bird logo on the sleeves. The away uniforms are a very similar design, but in gray. I love that their away uniforms are gray. It feels so in theme for a team called the Battlehawks. For the home alternate, the uniform is all blue with a helmet that really feels reminiscent of their 2020 helmet, which in my opinion is the best helmet the Battlehawks have ever had. The away alternate is the same as the regular away uniforms, but in white, and with a slightly different helmet design. And lastly, we have their Rivalries uniforms. It's a bit of a different design, but I think you might recognize it. It's meant to resemble the greatest show on turf. I know some Battlehawks fans have some negative opinions about the Rams, but this design just screams St. Louis to me. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. If you want to download these team builder teams, they're all available on Madden 26 using the username TheTrainNerd. I hope you enjoyed watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll be back next week with more UFL content.